I'm out showing homes, and I just want to talk about an important topic right now. You see, when it comes to real estate right now, it is all a Hail Mary. And what do I mean by that? Here's the thing. Whether you are a buyer, a seller, or an agent, or a lender, right now, it is all a Hail Mary. Now, for those of you who don't watch football, let me just explain to you what a Hail Mary is. All right? That's when that you hope, last ditch effort, like you are hoping that something happens in your favor so you can get the victory. All right? And I'm telling you, and I'm sorry, like this, my amount is not the best. And we traveling through the city of Atlanta. So I don't know if you're from Atlanta, but you can imagine how the roads are in any major city. Well, not any major city, but we'll talk about that later. Hail Mary, last ditch effort to see if something will actually happen that you can win off of, that you can benefit from. And that's exactly what real estate is right now. Now, how did we get to the point where it became a Hail Mary like this? Well, for starters, what was this? It's my assistant. Well, for starters, interest rates were kept too low for too long. And that caused a frenzy. Everybody bought houses. A lot of people that really should not have been homeowners ended up buying houses. A lot of people that shouldn't have been investors jumped into the investment. She said she will be in vacation. Okay. A lot of people who just had no business making this move into real estate. A lot of agents that had no idea or no background or really just had no qualifications to be an agent. They became agents. And so what happened is, number one, the housing market got inflated, right? Homes were selling for prices that they had no business selling for. Homes that were in 2019 $140,000 and selling for $350,000. All right, so that's step one of how we got here. The market got inflated. Second thing is, because the market got inflated, people who had no business selling real estate started selling real estate. We had a lot of agents that don't belong in this business. The barrier to being a real estate agent is way low. And so what happened then is, not only did we have inflated prices, we had individuals who did not understand how to negotiate. And so what happened is we had people going over bidding wars, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price, waiving appraisals, right? Unrealistic expectations because they're not the right professionals to be involved in the industry. All right. Same thing with lenders. Lenders were making a killing, and with lenders making a killing like that, a lot of fraud entered the market. I don't know if you look at the news, but there was a lender here in Atlanta who just got in some serious trouble. Well, not just serious trouble, who just got arrested for mortgage fraud. All right. So back to where we are today. After all of that has came out and washed out of the system, where are we today? We're at the point right now where everything is a Hail Mary. So if you're somebody that's selling a home, you are hoping and praying that your home sells, right? Why? Because a lot of these homes, the sellers know it. They know it's not worth $500,000. So when they put their home on the market, they're hoping and praying, right? That I work for myself. I have my own company. The sellers are hoping and praying that somebody comes and buys their home for $500,000, right? But they know it's not worth that, all right? Now, they're also hoping that the appraisal sticks, right? Because those of you who have never And thank you, I appreciate that. Those of you who have never purchased a home, there's an appraisal attached to that home. And so the sellers, Hail Mary, please let this home appraise for what I want for it, right? But the truth of the matter is, a Hail Mary is not likely to happen. And what we're seeing is these homes, they're taking longer to sell, all right? And then on top of that, they're not appraising. Now, that's for the sellers. So I just explained to you how the sellers have a Hail Mary situation going on. Now let's talk about the buyers. You see, the dirty secret of real estate right now is that nobody really wants to buy a home. If you're a man and you have a family, I guarantee you it's not you pushing to buy a home. It's probably your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, society, but it's not you who really wants to buy a home. And so as a man, and it's not just men, I'm just speaking from right now, I'm talking about men, you are hoping and praying that this goes right. You don't want to get out there and pay $3,000 a month for a home because you know that's too much. For the entire history of U.S. mortgages before 2020 came around, the average mortgage payment was less than $1,500 the entire time. It never got more than $1,500 until COVID came around. All right? Now, most people are dreading buying a home right now. And the reason why I say it's all a Hail Mary, because for the buyers, they are hoping and praying that this works out. They're hoping and praying that although they don't want to buy a house, they're hoping and praying that it goes right. They're hoping and praying that they don't lose their job, because right now, a lot of people are getting laid off. But what this administration is doing, right? There are a lot of people are getting laid off right now. And so people are hoping and praying, Hail Mary, man, if I buy this house, man, I just hope it goes right. I hope I can afford $3,000 a month, every single month, for 30 years. I'm hoping that that's the right decision. Hail Mary, all right? It's a Hail Mary, folks. It's all a Hail Mary, all right? Now let's talk about the agents, all right? I've been selling real estate for almost a decade, right? And I've never seen the desperation amongst agents when it comes to real estate right now. You know why? Because whether you're a buying agent or a seller's agent, right? You know that nobody wants to buy a house. You know that. And so you're hoping that if you're the listing agent, you're hoping that somebody comes along and is quote unquote dumb enough. And I'm not saying that some people are dumb for buying houses, but I'm just saying if you're selling a house, you know the market, you know that house is not worth what you're selling it for. You know it. You know it in your gut. You may not be as upfront and come on YouTube and tell people, but you know that house that you're selling for $500,000 that your client bought for $240,000 just a couple of years ago, you know it's not worth $500,000. And so your Hail Mary is you are hoping that somebody is quote unquote dumb enough to come buy that house because your income depends on it. Because if somebody does not come and buy that house, you are not going to get paid. And so you are hoping that although we have a all-time low in mortgage applications being completed, although we have an all-time low in pending sales, although we have an all-time low in consumer sentiment towards people buying homes, you have a Hail Mary and you are hoping that somebody comes and buys that home. Right? Same thing. If we switch over to the buyer side, if we talk about buyer's agents, right? I know for myself, I can speak from my own experience. I am running out of people to sell homes to. I'm literally running out of people to sell homes to. Like a couple years ago, we had so many people that wanted to buy homes. We were losing business because we couldn't even get to them all. We had so many people that wanted to buy homes, there's no way we could even get to all of them. So some of them, they went with other places and other realtors, and like I said, That happens in any business, right? Now, for the buyer's agents, you are having a Hail Mary to where you are hoping that you can find a buyer that can afford a $3,000 a month payment. Not just afford, but qualify for that. Not just afford, but qualify for that. You're hoping and praying. You are hoping and praying because I spend a ton of money on advertising. In fact, most of my business comes from advertising. And I'm telling you, when I get leads in now that say that they want to spend less than $1,500 on a home, I don't even call them at this point because there's really nothing that I can do. If you want to get a house for under $1,500, which for centuries that was the standard, if you can pay $1,500, you can have almost any home. Not today, but if you are spending $1,500 a month or planning on spending $1,500 a month, you're not getting a home, or at least you're not going to get one that you like, right? And so the buyer's agents, myself included, it's a Hail Mary. I'm out with the buyer right now, okay? And the quality of homes that we are seeing is crazy because these pictures online, they look outstanding, okay? But when you get there in person, you're like, hold up, this is a joke, right? We just left a house that looked great online. The house looked fabulous online, $340,000. We get there, and literally myself and my client, when we walked in the house, we turned right back around and left. We're like, I cannot believe that this house is the same house that they showed online, all right? It's all a Hail Mary, folks. And the bad side about Hail Marys is, and the truth and the reality that people are going to have to eventually come to face, is that a Hail Mary is not a strategy for success. A Hail Mary is not a strategy for success. You're not going to be able to hit on enough Hail Marys in order to sustain anything, right? This market is going to run out of Hail Marys. This market is going to run out of people who are overpaying for these houses. It just is. And the evidence is already there. For those of you who have seen the reel that I did the other day, I think it was yesterday, those of y'all who have seen that reel, I just did a reel explaining how builders in Atlanta are already chopping prices left and right. Some of them are cutting home prices by up to $90,000. See, that's one thing I can respect about the builders, is that they are always on the front end of things because, you know, new construction really leads the market. And so the builders, they started throwing Hail Marys a long time ago. I mean, the builders they're in a real tough situation, to be honest, because they have all of this land that they have already purchased, and they have to build these houses on there, and they know, right? They know, because these are corporations. They know the real situation on the market. They're not like somebody's mom or grandma who's just hiring some idiot agent, right? And they're gonna come and tell them that I can sell your house in 2 days, right? These people, they spend a lot of money, and it's someone's job to understand the market. And it's not on some, I work at Food Depot and I'm also a realtor, right? It's someone whose professional job and experience is behind understanding these markets. And so the builders, they're already starting to cut prices significantly at that. All right. So they know that we're running out of Hail Marys. So I don't know what it's going to take to really be able to fix what's going on with the real estate market. I don't know what it's going to take, because we definitely have to see prices change up. We definitely have to see interest rates change up. And then on the other side, like, people have to start being realistic, because these sellers, I mean, just the way that it's structured, a lot of these sellers are baby boomers, and they have so much money and and so much equity that they can literally sit back and just wait for the house to sell. And if it doesn't sell, they don't have to cut down the prices. I think somebody else is at this listing. But if it doesn't sell, they don't have to come down on the prices. They don't have to really do anything. They can really just sit back and just wait until somebody comes along. All right? Because they have all the money. The boomers have all the money. All right? They're the ones with all the money. They're the ones with all the resources. So, I don't know. I'm just pulling up to this showing here with my client. And we're going to go and check out this house. And hopefully, Hail Mary, hopefully it's in a good enough condition to, pique my buyers. Oh, see, somebody messed up driveway, just scratched my car. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but golly, that was terrible. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Just wanted to share some quick information with y'all, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens with this real estate market. But I'm telling you, it's all Hail Mary. Peace.